So here we go, chapter 2.6, example 21. F of x equals ln of x for x greater than 0. Sketch the graphs of y equals 2f of x minus 3 and b, y equals a modulus f of minus x. Show on each diagram the point where the graph meets or crosses the x-axis. Meets or crosses the x-axis. In each case, state the equation of the asymptote. Okay, well, to do this, we want to know basically what ln of x looks like. So we should know that y equals ln of x has that shape. So that's the start. And if we haven't got that knowledge, that is something that we definitely need to learn. Yeah, ln of x is a standard log graph shape. So our asymptote here will be x equals 0, and this crosses at 1. So as long as we've got that knowledge, we can now build from there. Like before, we're going to think what we do. So f of x, the first thing that happens, if we were doing this, we'd work out f of x, then we'd multiply it by 2. So multiplying by 2 is going to give us a stretch, because it's multiplying. It's outside the f of x. Yeah, the change here is outside the f of x, so, or the f bracket. So we've got a stretch, x-axis invariant, scale factor 2. So my graph has the same shape and doesn't actually change very much. It's just stretched vertically. But the x-axis is invariant, so that point hasn't moved. Then we subtract 3. So we go to f of x, 2f of x, take away 3. Again, the change is outside the f bracket. So we know it's going to be a movement in the y direction, and it's adding stroke subtracting, so it's a translation. 0 across, 3 down. So we're now ready to write out our answer. Now when we move it up or down, the shape basically doesn't change. So we've got this shape. Let's just tidy that up a bit so it carries on going up, but that kind of shape, that's better. So that's y equals ln of x, 2 ln of x minus 3. Here's our x-axis and our y-axis. Now the only thing we've got to do is find out this coordinate here, because we've been asked to label the intercept, and we should also label the asymptote, and this is an asymptote here because the graph is approaching it but not crossing it, so we should label that as x equals 0 as the asymptote. So you could write that at the side, asymptote x equals 0. Normally we say the asymptote by dashing the line, but because it's on the axes, it's difficult to do that. Okay, now this point, the point of intersection with the x-axis, we've been asked to find. So that's when y equals 0. So 0 equals 2 ln of x minus 3. Subtract the 3, divide by the 2, so that's ln of x. And hopefully we know that ln of x is log to the base e of x. So we can undo the log and we get x equals e to the 2/3. Exponential is the inverse of logarithms. So we can now label that point e to the power 2 over 3. Much better to do it exactly like that rather than to try and do it on the calculator and you get a decimal value. Okay, part B, y equals the modulus of f of minus x. Y equals the modulus of f of negative x. So that's the same as y equals the modulus of ln of minus x. And I don't think that has a solution, because when you take the negative of x, you can't find the natural log of a negative number. So that has no solution, provided x starts as greater than 0. No solution. Or graph in this case. I think they've made a mistake in the question. I actually think they wanted you to do the modulus, ln of the modulus of x. I don't know what they wanted actually. Anyway, we'll stop there because you can't do that.